find you.
Good. But then I don't have to come find you.
I know you're here. You won't stay hidden for long. I'll flush you out.
Feeding log. Oh, it starts with assorted human remains. Strong appetite. One bag tip in pairs. Rats uninterested. One tin potted whale meat eaten. Human torso. No trouble finding corpse parts. No feeding aggression increased. Incident of cannibalism. Incident with previous maidservant. Will withhold feeding until first day. Month of darkness.
Run, little rat.
I won't. Hello. Okay, back to looting we go. Thank you for the bread. Is this a door we can... Oh. Thank you. Oh. Wait. Are they less, like, aggressive to me if... Oh. Just gonna thin the herd a bit. If that's even a thing, I don't know. Still seems to be quite a lot of them. Oh, now they run off and get all the others. That was a lot less loot than... oh, hello. Than I was expecting in here. So they'll come for me later. Thank you. Thank you. The third stricture. Excerpt from a work detailing one of the 7 strictures. Restrict the restless hands, which quickly become the workmates of the outsider. Unfettered by honest labor, they rush to sordid gain, vain pursuits, and deeds of violence. Of what value are the hands that steal and kill and destroy? I feel like I'm getting called out here. Instead, put your hands to the plow, the fork, and the spade. For even the lowliest labor that is rigorous squeezes the muscles as a sponge, rinsing impurities from the mind and body. Thank you, thank you. Avoiding the rat plague. Excerpt from a government protocol on disease practices. Much of the public still harbors false beliefs related to the plague. It is not true that the bile from river crusts will protect against contraction of the disease, nor is it true that crushed morley orchids act as a remedy, though it is speculated that both of these ingredients are used in both Sokolov's elixir and Piero's remedy. Consumption of these products before exposure to the plague constitutes the only known means of resisting the disease. Further, the Abbey of the Everyman warns against superstitious practices. Not only is it ineffective to burn 2 hagfish and a cat together, inhaling the veilers while chanting the names of the plague dead, but it is also considered heresy by the overseers and will be met by the full measure of the Abbey's laws. Tell your neighbors and practice these things yourself. Avoid contact with the infected, consume your ration of elixir daily, preferably in the morning, and report anyone suspected of carrying the plague. Everyone must work together to stop the spread of the dreaded contagion. Thank you. Will you? No, you won't. Oh. I thought they were about to come for me, but they didn't. I thought, like, once I hit one of them, they were all gonna charge me. Will there be loot in any of these? Am I just smashing things for the sake of smashing things? We've gotten everything down here. Let's go up.
Wait, did you touch the door handle to Dr. Galvani's lab?
What was that?
Nothing.
No!
To arms!
Oh, please! No,
Damn
no,
you!
no!
Fall down already!
Ow.
Someone help!
Thank you. I'm not gonna kill her. Travel to Bendicia, except from a travel chronicle by Anton Sokolov. I don't think... Have we seen this? The men I set out with are good sailors. No doubt half of them have cut their teeth on the rascally pirate ships spawned in the Sarconian archipelago. And they were, I should say, half of them died before we sighted the broken red cliffs welcoming those who would visit the far continent, as it is called. Sickness, infighting, and poisoned by a school, or would one say a flock of small fish that fly over the waves like birds. I thought it was just gonna stop at that fish that fly. I was like, excuse me? Landing in the hundreds across the deck, pricking any they touch with toxic quills. Two thrown overboard by gusting demon winds. The quiet Tivian navigator simply dead in his bunk, wrapped in his white furs, eyes wide with terror. Few have crossed the ocean, and the distance to Pandicia is greater than most would imagine. More died climbing the cliffs. And now with but a handful I stand looking across the greatest expanse of land that exists. My allies are frightened, but this is beyond them. And now their captain is dead too, stung by something that resembles a prairie mole but reacted with great apoplectic outrage when handled. So it falls on me to lead them. Sounds like a good time. Not sure why I was sneaking when we literally alerted like everyone to our presence. Oh. Oh right, you have to do it like that. That's how it works in this game. No. Thought maybe I could just open. Thank you. Ooh, can we get ammo from these? Yes, we can. Oh. Awkward. Thank you. Dr. Galvani's journal. I've been invited to a soiree at the Boyle estate. Of course I won't attend. The 28th day of the 7th month, the month of high cold, is the day I met Anton Sokolov at the academy. Why would I tarnish the anniversary of the most important day of my life by licking aristocratic boots? I have no time for fools. I will be solving the riddle of this plague. Perhaps I'll raise a cup of Tivian red. Thank you for the watch. So maybe one more step up. It'll be whatever the code is. Unless of course the code is... Hold up. Unless the code is... let's see. Notes. Books. 287. Excellent, thank you. Back up we go. Don't mind me. Just gonna break everything. Cleaning instructions. Dear Miss Benton, when cleaning my study, I ask that you constrain your efforts strictly to the floors. Please at all costs refrain from attempting to clean or arrange my bookshelf. In fact, it would be best to keep away from it altogether, otherwise I'll have to reconsider the terms of your employment. Is there perhaps a secret door behind one of the bookcases? Regards, Dr. Galvani. P.S. Since I'll be out of the city for a few days, I've left next week's pay as well. The bank was closed, so I'm afraid it's short by half. You can count on me for the remainder next week, of course. We're probably gonna end up taking that money, aren't we? No, because I want to, just because it'll be on the table and I'll just grab it. Bull rat fetus. No thanks. Galvani Academy notice. Galvani, the latest case will arrive within a week, containing all the components you need. Be careful with the white phosphorus. Can't have you getting a fussy jaw like the tanners at the edge of the city, poor bastards. Sorry you have to practice in secret. The vivisectionist should be celebrated, revered even. Cutting up rats should be done in the town square with a crowd of eager students taking notes, not in some dirty little secret room hiding, well, there you go, behind a wall of books. Anyway, lucky for you to have an old friend who never left the academy. Let me know what else you need. But remember, there's too many M's in remember. But remember, it might be a month before I can put together another shipment. Yours in knowledge, Artemis Moore. Procurement Clerk and Provisioner, Academy of Natural Philosophy, South Wing. Yes, next time you're nearby, come in for an afternoon. We've stayed fairly insulated from the plague since so few come and go here. We've got quite the stock of Tivian brandy. Ah, that's good bread. Well, let's not go there quite yet. Let's steal this first. The Rat Plague. Except from a natural philosopher's notes. For over a year I've studied this cursed plague, collecting and dissecting rats by the thousands. Given their rapid gestation and maturation cycle, it's been possible... I feel like I'm saying that wrong, because it's mature, but maturation just sounds... It's been possible to breed them for numerous generations. The rodents themselves seem immune to the plague, but they pass it readily between members of their own species, perhaps through mates. Blood of the rats tell its own story, allowing me to gauge the number of generations that a given group of rats have lived with the plague. As such, a nagging question remains. The rats collected in the poorest parts of town in the slums, exhibit the oldest strains of the plague, while those found near the docks, where the foreign plague-bearing rats would presumably have entered our city, exhibit a younger strain of plague. Could this mean that the rats were transported to the slums in some way that is not obvious? I will continue my research. If nothing else, I am living proof that Sokolov's elixir and Piero's remedies are more effective at protecting against the plague if one consumes enough of the stuff. Thank you.
Obviously, the plague rat is distinct from the ordinary rat, but in what respect? Its size and the coarseness of its fur, and I believe in intelligence, although the experiments there are not complete. Coriander's Zoological Survey describes only the ordinary rat, which means plague rats have only been here for 5 or 7 years at most. This was not a gradual migration. Could they have been introduced on purpose? Perhaps by a foreign power.
Rat behavior and extermination, except from a series of interviews with street workers by rat catcher Lena. Used to be you'd go out with a bag, a stick with a nail on the end, and catch as many rats as you could in a night. I mean, I guess you could do it that way. The City Watch Paid by weight. My husband Benjamin and I mostly worked alone, and we got by. If we found a place where the rats were real bad, sometimes we'd hire a crew of street rats to work with us. The young ones who didn't make trouble. We'd pay them with bread and apple cider. Oh, I was thinking maybe like a trap would be better because you don't have to like do the work; you just set them up. But I thought because now they come in hordes, so I figured it would be better to set up a trap and maybe catch all of them. But of course, this is before the plague, so they still using a stick with a nail. Once the plague came, the rats were different, meaner, bigger, and a little quicker. You had to watch yourself. If you got cornered, they'd turn and the swarm would come back at you. I barely got away with my skin a few times down in the sewers. The bites hurt afterwards, but it was the sounds they make that stayed in your dreams at night. It got more dangerous, and the city watch started paying better, but that didn't last long because after a while, too many people had been stripped clean, trying to fill a bag. One slip and they'd be all over you, gnawing and trying to chew down to the bone. That's how I lost my poor Benji. Little bit of bathroom reading, I see. The Leviathan's Sorrow, except from a report on the treaties banned by the Rudd Shore Trade Council. Little is known of Pakati, credited with this series of pamphlets arguing against the whaling trade. While he has gifted his views on nonsense and threatened the economic underpinnings of the empire. 1. Enslavement. On the breeding and husbanding of whales versus hunting the beasts in the wild after a natural and free life cycle, Pakati offers no solution for where these massive malevolent creatures might be pastured. 2. Dissolution. Laments on the destruction of social bonds between herd members. Pakati actually uses the term families. 3. Harmony. Drivel on the aesthetic wonder of what is, in reality, the great and terrible ocean that ever threatens to swallow us. Includes arguments on the gentle nature of the brutes, a notion refuted by the seamen who return to shore wide-eyed with the tales of the whale's savagery. 4. Disruption. Here Pakati is on his weakest footing, issuing up feverish warnings against the displacement or transference of natural beasts from the native environments. Go ahead and put that down. Let's see, did we... Here we go. Hello. Sure we're not missing anything. Hello.
I need help!
Goodbye. Oh. So, presumably... Oh, there we go. Take book, thank you. Sewer capacity in the month of nets. Excerpt interview attached to a formal report. The City Works Crew 17A. I've been asked to tell the problem, so here it is. It's been every year that we work like men gone mad during the month of nets. I don't hardly see my family. It's bad enough that the works is clogged with trash from the catch, pieces of crates and nets, but the water smells of hagfish guts too. We got to get it done before the month of rain, or you know what. And it ain't like we get help from those pricks in civil engineering either. Been at this job for nigh on 28 years, and I never seen one of them come below. Except to measure will it hold when they go putting up one of their fancy new bridges. So these last 3 years been the worst, and here's why. It's the river crust, moved into the works. We hear a man ahead yell and scream like he's burning up, and we all climb up fast. No other choice. Thank you. Oh. No more loot, I guess. Hopefully. Am I hearing you from outside or are new people here? So what? Why are there books on the stairs? Oh, there you are.
I see you there. Help! I heard you there.
Hello.
Let's get him to the house.
Oh, jeez. They have a lot more range. Than I think
For
they.
the watch.
Come on. None of you brought loot. Oh. Back out we go. It does seem that they don't respawn, which is excellent. Yes, I've been in here. Now, should I do the whole poisoning the distillery thing, or should I just kill them all? So let's see, is there any? Yes, there is. Hello?
Get back now. You'll lose an ear. Keep away. Well, here you are.
Hello.
Come on.
Oh.
Get this guy. Cut this bastard up for the hagfish.
Uh-oh. Loot. Loot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let's just play it stupid and kill everyone. We don't have to worry about like where any of the enemies are if they're all dead. The Elixir Black Market, except from a letter. We've seen widespread looting since the month of clans. It wasn't prevalent at first, but it's a pattern now. There's an outbreak in one of the districts and the watch moves in. Quarantine buildings, put down weepers, and deport anyone showing early signs. Afterward, the dead counters come through and the lawyers write up the paperwork to transfer ownership of the businesses and homes at Parliament's discretion. Soon after, like clockwork, the gangs begin tearing the place apart. There's a fairly robust black market now, because everyone wants elixir and most can't afford it. Even Sokolov's brand won't help you if you've already got the plague, but getting a regular dose is your best chance if you want to avoid contracting it. Some of the gangs have taken to buying small amounts and watering it down before selling it, and I have to admit, if I didn't have an officer's ration, I'd be buying from them. Gerard Corey, City Watch, 3rd Regiment, Estate District. Or anyone by the door that didn't hear all the commotion? Oh, right, let's... Just in case it's, like, outside. No, it's inside.
Wretch, you got lucky.
Oh,
When you're this
yes.
handsome, you don't need luck. Face like a hagfish. Pay up. Don't be sour.
Say, when's Slackjaw coming down?
Not till the next batch of elixirs done. He'll want to check on things.
Then you better get all your shit together.
I wanna... assassinate from above them.
Not fast enough. Little bastard.
Drop assassin is the word I was looking for. Yes, let's do that, because I don't remember. Drop on an enemy from above and press just before landing on...
Hey.
Right.
Rat.
Like that. Oh, you weren't dead. And then just eat 2 white rats and we're good. Thought that was a can of food, it was not. Oh, I didn't even notice that. It worked very well. Let's see, is there anything here? Mayhaps. Oh, sorry. Is there anything up there? Mayhaps. Yes, there is. Let's not accidentally blow ourselves up. There, everywhere. I think we can go in now. Oh, wait. Whoa. Is that a... No, that's... Now I notice it, but it wasn't a trap, it was a stack of books. Rewire tools. Disable security devices or make them work in your favor by using a rewire tool on the circuitry panel for the security device you want to hack. Oh, we can do that to the wall of light? Oh, we have to do that at some point. Did I miss anything, right? No, don't think I did. So let's go inside. Sorry. Recipe for Crackston. I wasn't sure it was, for a while I wasn't sure if it was a receipt or a recipe, but it's a recipe because I saw the parts. Crackston. Actually, you could buy pieces and it'll be a never mind. I'm coming tomorrow to check on the batch. Make sure you're wearing pants this time and stick to the recipe. 1 part Sokolov elixir, 1 part beach gum paste, 2 parts sugar water. That's it. The more of the real shit you cut in, the less there is to spread around and the less coin I make. This ain't a charity. Slackjaw. The Distillery District. Excerpt from a pre-plague promotional book on products made in Dunwall. Across the Empire, Old Dunwall whiskey is not only the finest libation of its kind, but it's also an important cultural tradition among the discerning folk, sophisticated and common alike. Captains moving their ships across the great ocean always have a bottle in their quarters for occasions. Fine restaurants and bars keep it in stock, and farmers across Bristol exchange Old Dunwall whiskey when healthy children are born. Some might disagree, preferring highbrow drinks such as King Street Brandy or one of the other brands from Morley, but sales of Old Dunwall have been brisk through the early years of Empress Jessamine Caldwell's reign, a trend that is expected to continue. Aged and bottled in Dunwall Distillery District, Old Dunwall whiskey is what you want.